Hi everyone, I am here to discuss advent calendars. By the way, I'm not holding the camera, I've just got my arm leaning there so it looks like I'm holding it, but I'm not. Advent calendar this year is not what I thought it would be. I didn't know what advent calendar I was going to get this year. I saw lots of different ones in like September time, maybe even August. They might have like started to come out, and I was looking at them, and at the time and even now, my head isn't in a great place. I'm really struggling with my mental health and struggling with things that have happened to me and ongoing situations, which obviously I'm not going to discuss on public forums, profiles, anything public. If you follow me privately or know me, you'll know the truth is all that matters, and obviously karma, what goes around comes around. So I've not been thinking about Advent too much. I've seen like people get them really early and unbox them, and there's some I'm like, oh, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. But there's nothing, and potentially it's to do with how I feel, there's nothing that's been a game changer for me. I've not looked at it and gone, I've got to get that. But like I said, I haven't really been thinking that way. I've obviously known that I would get a calendar, I just didn't know which one it was going to be. Now I don't know when I decided on what I was going to choose. I mean, I literally can't. It could have been October. But there was one that I saw, and I don't know if they've ever done an advent before. It was just a one brand one, and I saw a couple people unbox it early, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind that. It's got products in that I currently use, that I've tried, things that I've not tried. It's a skincare and makeup brand. I love the lip products, I love the cleansing balms especially, and the setting sprays. I think I'm going to get that one. And I didn't buy it. I think, how much was it? Was it 180 or 200? 180, 200? I think it was about £180, and it had £300-ish or just under worth of value. Or was it more? I can't even remember, just but I thought for me personally it was worth the money, because I felt like it had things in it that I wanted, I've had before, I currently use. So I was like, I'm going to get it. And I didn't get it because there was part of me that hoped that they would like have a 10% off discount or a £10 off. And I kind of waited. I knew they had a lot in stock, so it wasn't like they were down to the last 100, because if they had been, it probably would have got bought. And then the calendar that I've ended up with is not that one. So what happened was someone announced, one person, it's a brand, it's just a one brand, and they basically announced they were doing advent calendars, and they were doing 3 of them. This might give it away if you've not already found out. They were doing a 25-day one, a 12-day one, and a 6-day one. And they said that the 25-day one was going to be about £95, I think they said, and it had a value of 300 plus. And I remember thinking, that isn't bad, I might get it. And I still, at the back of my mind, thought the one that I'd chosen was what I was going to get. But then all of a sudden I've got this other one in my mind, and I like that it was by one brand. If you look at some of the previous year's ones that I've shown on here, it's typically been by somewhere like Glossybox or Look Fantastic. Have I Look Fantastic? I think I have. And others like M&S, etc. But in it, it's got a variety of brands in it. Like the M&S will have some M&S in, but it's also lots of other brands. And I've had some good M&S ones, but I've had some that are okay. And I've had some great Glossybox ones. I've had one that I didn't love, But I didn't mind it, it just wasn't as good as previous years. And I've had a few others, and there's ones that I've wanted that have sold out or that I thought was a bit overpriced. And if you like look at it and you know what's in it, it's like, am I going to use that? Am I going to use that? I might only use 12 of them. So is it worth buying? And last year I had M&S, glossy box, a chocolate one. I don't think I had tea for the first time in a while. But yeah, and I liked the M&S one. There was a few that I didn't love, but overall I did like the M&S one, and I knew what was in it before I bought it. Although most days were a surprise because, you know, I forgot. I didn't get the treat box one this year because I couldn't sit here now and tell you every item that was in it last year. There's probably items in it that I've not even used. Like, I think there was a cookie, there was a pair of socks, there was the hand cream, because I've recently just finished that hand cream and I like it, but I had to double use it each time to make it almost hydrating enough or moisturising enough for me. There was like that shopping bag that you fold into, what did I have, the giraffe? Was it a giraffe? I saw it the other day as well. There was that cross stitch something thing that you make yourself that I didn't keep. Was there a cookie, a biscuit? There was a bauble and other stuff. I actually brought out a 12-day one as well that cost the same, but it had higher value products in. And I thought if I was going to get one of those 2 calendars, it would be the 12-day one. And the 24 sold out, and then the 12, there weren't many left. And I hesitated about it, and I don't know if it's because of how I personally feel, what's affecting me and what it's made me feel, and all of that, or if I just didn't know if I really truly wanted it. So that's why I didn't get that. Then, like I said, this calendar was announced quite late on compared to other calendars, because most calendars had been released, including what was in it. And the calendar I ended up going for was the 25-day one made by Mitchell. Now this is kind of ironic and random for me, because I don't have tons of Made by Mitchell products. There's a couple of unboxings on here, probably mystery bags, and I bought all those eyeshadows. Remember when he launched those 4 quad eyeshadow palettes, and I bought all 4. Do I use them? No. Did I try them on? I might have tried one of the palettes. I didn't go out the house in it. I do like the stuff that he does. I like that you can buy bundles and you can get one white thing, like they do the tall vanities, and then you can get 6 products and it comes to £30. And they do mystery bags, although some of the mystery bags are just not great, but there are some standout individual products. And I have the curve case in light. I mean, I've hit pan on one of the bronzer shades, which is my favourite, because I almost bought another one during the Black Friday sales, because they've gone down to £13.50. They're meant to be £30. I think I paid around 20-ish for mine. It was on offer, and I use it a lot. I haven't actually used it today, which is surprising because I use it quite often. I love the bronzer formula, and obviously the blush formula is the same, but I didn't use it today. And I love his graphic liquid liner in brownie points. I've not repurchased that. I've still got a little bit left in the tube, although I've not used it for ages because I've not used any kind of eyeliner. Like, I just use eyeshadow. I've still got the quad eyeshadows that I swatched. I've not used them. I might try them one day. I don't know. I mean, I probably should have got them. And yeah, I don't have tons. There's probably products that I'm not thinking of that I have and used and liked. But there's probably things that I've not liked. Do you know what? I've got his blush balm. And it's in Cold Heart. And I like that. And it's just like the Curve Case formula, but probably slightly thinner. And it's in a... you definitely have to blend it out. And yeah, I just don't have tons of Made by Mitchell. Like, I'm literally trying to think, but the way my brain's working at the moment, I could have 200 of his items, products, and it probably won't pop in my head. Like, I'm dying for a drink. I've not drank for hours. My head's hurting. But I got carried away when it got released, and I knew like countless people were trying to get it, so I ordered it. I think he sold like 2/3 of his stock on day one of the 25-day advent calendar, and then it took a couple of days to sell the rest. But the thing about the May MBM calendar, no one knows what's in it. He basically said there's a lot of newness in it, and there's lots of products that there's products that he's released before, but they might be new formulations or new shades of previous released things. But he wouldn't give any sneak peeks, he wouldn't say anything. He said there's like makeup prep as well, and there's like a lot of it is universal, so should suit lots of people, and that's all he said. But he did hint, and this was after I bought it, he has hinted about the skincare, like the skin prep items. And if you follow me and you know there's a particular product that I like, it's that little, like, it's not even little, it's a lip product. And it came out last year when he did his winter collection, and he had the matching hand cream, which I always wished I'd gotten. And I don't know why I didn't, because everyone said that it was a really good hand cream, and I use hand cream several times a day. Like, hand cream is really, I just can't live without hand cream, because like I just don't like how my hands feel when I've not used hand cream. But the lip product, is it Bolt Balm? Is it called Bolt Balm? Am I making that up? Bolt Balm. It's something balm. I got it. Absolutely love it. I've got a lip gloss as well, by the way, in Stargirl. I love that shade. It's a bit thick, like you have to put it on and you have to like, but it's a gorgeous shade. He basically hinted and made it sound like there's gonna be one of these lip products in there, and it's in like a jar, and it's like, it's that big, and it's got a lot of products in. It is so hydrating. When you first put it on, your lips are glossy. It does like melt into your lips over time, but then your lips just feel soft and hydrated. It's not too thick, it's not sticky, it just feels amazing on the lips. And I was using it a lot, and then because it's like part of the winter range last year, it was made clear that it weren't coming back in stock and it had sold out. And I was like, why didn't you buy another two? Why didn't you do it? And I was like, you idiot. Because obviously when you buy it, you don't think it's good. But when I realised it was good, I didn't buy more. Like, why? So he has kind of hinted, from what, reading between the lines, that there's one of these in there, although it's going to be called something else. And I got a bit excited about that, and I started to use it again because I'd barely touched it for quite a while. And I was using the Lip Sleeping Mask by P. Louise, which is, by the way, is really, really good, and I do recommend that as well. I was actually surprised how good that was. But you get less products in that, and you know, I'm happy to put it in the morning before I come down, or when I'm like doing my skincare and makeup. And like, I'd happily go up and put some on now, and I was putting it on before bed. But I just love that Made by Mitchell Frost Balm, Bolt Balm, whatever it's called, balm. And I'm hoping that I've not misinterpreted what he was hinting at. I'm hoping there's something very similar, if not the same product but in different packaging. That would make me happy. And everyone was kind of reassured that they were going to get it before December. And I got a notification on Sunday evening saying it's been dispatched. Some people got it on Monday and I was confused, but mine didn't actually technically get dispatched till Monday, and it arrived today. And you had to actually give them a PIN number, a one-time password, to actually for them to give it to you or leave it. I've never had that before, and I've bought things far more expensive that they've happily left for me. And I kept checking the tracking because I got told it was arriving today, and I kept checking because, you know, it tells you it'll arrive between 1:15 and 3:15, and sometimes that'll change, but there's always a 2-hour time slot, and it just kept saying arriving today, arriving today, arriving today. And that's not massively unusual, because there's been times where it said it's arriving today, and then an hour later, 2 hours later, all of a sudden a time pops up. So I'm thinking, I hope it either comes before I go on the dog walk or when I get back, because I have to give this number to them, otherwise they won't leave it. Even if they're leaving it in a safe place, they won't leave it. So I'm 25 minutes into the dog walk, and I get a ring bell notification, as in they pressed the ring doorbell, because obviously it was just a normal notification. I wouldn't have even looked. And I was like, oh my God, it's a delivery guy. And I didn't know that they could leave it as long as they'd spoken to you and it could go in a safe place. And he's like, because he had two, oh, was it 3 other parcels? Hold on. No, I have had 4 in total today, but the other one came with every. And he's like, where's your safe place? It's literally on the thing. It's like, well, there's 2 places they can find out, but one of them is always attached to that account for that delivery company. In fact, all of them. But I said, like, can you leave it such and such? She said, well, I need the OTP, and I gave it him, and he left it for me. So I was actually very thankful and actually very lucky, because I don't typically have the volume on my phone. And I had the volume on my phone because I was concerned that it was going to turn up whilst I was out, and it actually did. Now, I actually went out 20 minutes later than planned. And he actually came before my typical, most of the time, going out walking time. But on Tuesdays I have to go out earlier, so I can get back earlier. So if it would have been like yesterday, was I still here? I feel like, yeah, I was just, hold on, what time did he come? Oh yeah, I was still here just yesterday. So I would have been here yesterday, but yeah, I just happened to be on the walk today. And yeah, he was super helpful, which always helps. But also, does he really want to leave with that parcel? Because that means he's got to come back. And yeah, he might be coming back on the street anyway, but it's just another stop for him. So, and he had 2 that he would have left, but there you go. I was very lucky that I remembered to put the volume on, because I don't typically have it on. And so yeah, I got it, and I come home, and like literally I had this pile of parcels, because one of the things that arrived today, I'm not even joking, there's 3 items. It could have fit in a box like that big by that wide. It was like that, well, maybe higher than that, and like way too wide. And I'm thinking, like, why are you wasting such a big box? And the MBM one, it's massive, like it's huge, like, and it came in like a mailing bag with the design on it. It was really nicely packaged. Now, I will tell you that this morning I was scrolling online, because I know some people got them yesterday, and I saw people like literally opening the bag, and I'd seen the bag anyway because it was on a MBM video, like the postal bag, like bubble mailer. And people were like opening it and like showing the box that it comes in, and then opening the box and then showing the calendar but not the contents. I was like, oh, like it looks so good, like I can't wait to see mine in person, like it's obviously going to look better in person. And this morning, one of these videos popped up and I clicked on it. I was like, oh, they've got it as well. Like, oh, like I was like enjoying seeing people like get it, because it's like, oh, you've got it, you've got it. Like, it's nice seeing people get things and like them enjoying it and like looking forward to things. So this particular person, and I didn't know they were going to do this, started to open the actual windows, and I'd actually wasn't right next to my phone because I'd like saw them like go, oh, what I've got, like blah blah blah, talking about it, and I was like halfway across my room, and she opened day one and said what it was, and I literally rushed to my phone, pressed pause on it, didn't look at it, just like clicked on the comments. I don't know why I clicked on the comments. Actually, the comments didn't tell me much, but people were either absolutely living for the contents, and some people were like, what a waste of money, like, I can't believe I've bought it, mine's getting delivered today, like. And there was some disappointed people. I think 2/3 loving it, 1/3 either dissing it from just watching the video or dissing it because they're getting it and they're like not impressed at that point. But when you got it in front of you, it might be a different story. But when I read some like comments saying, oh god, that's bad, or like, oh, I'm not happy with that, or whatever they were saying, I was like, oh my god, like, I've got this calendar and it might be really bad. I still was looking forward to it, but at the same time I was nervous, thinking I'm going to get this calendar and some people are hating on it, and I don't know if it's because they've not got it and they're jealous, because people get jealous over the strangest things. Like, if I'd not managed to get it, I'd be like, oh god, I wish I'd gotten it. But you know, I'd be happy for the people who got it. I wouldn't go, oh god, it's rubbish, like, that's rubbish, because it's potentially not going to be rubbish. Or, you know, the thing about advent calendars is not everyone's going to love every single item in that advent calendar. You might get it and you might be a massive Mayberry Mitchell fan and you might have 95% of everything that he's released, and you might get this calendar and you might only like 10 of the 25 days. It's just one of those things. But I am worried, because I did read some negativity. Like, they weren't really going, they didn't like say what was in it. I think someone put there's a lot of lip products in it. I'm personally not bothered about lots of lip products unless it's hideous lip colours that I wouldn't wear. Like, if it's full of like lip oils and lip glosses and lip balms, I'm all for it, because they're my favourite type of things. I've never tried one of his lipsticks. I think he's only got one lipstick out. Did he do a liquid lipstick? I don't think he did. But I have tried his lip gloss. I've not tried any other lip products. I've not even tried his lip liners. The thing is, he refused to do any spoilers or discuss what was in the calendar. So no one knows what's in it. He just basically said like there's a lot of skin prep. He said there's like makeup bits. There's like, he said like everything in there suits lots of different skin tones. Like, he said it's like quite universal regarding the shade range. And he did hint like about some of the skin prep, and I did get the idea about the lip balm, which I love. I do know what's in day one. I don't know what it looks like. I just heard her say it when she took it out. I don't know how big it is. I don't know how little it is. Has it got colour? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know what the packaging looks like. I don't know. I just heard her. I was like, oh my god. Like, I just thought she was literally taking it out the bag, taking it out the box and showing it. That is literally what I thought. So I think maybe I shouldn't click on it. And I remember Mitchell was like, don't spoil it for other people, don't do videos about it if you can help it, like, you know, it should be a surprise. And this is why he said he didn't want to tell everyone what was in it, because he felt like Advent should be a surprise and you shouldn't always know what you're getting. But on the other hand, for me, when you're spending close to £100 or more, depending on the brand. There's some that are like £1,000, there's some that are more, there's some that are less. Like it, I've always known what I've been getting in calendars, and there's some that will do partial reveals of like maybe 6 of the products, but they don't show the rest, or you have to scroll right down to the bottom of the page to see the rest because they want to give you an idea but they don't want to tell you every product. I'd say like 70% of the time I've always known in advance what products are in it, but by the time I get to open it, because sometimes I buy them 2 months in advance or 3 months depending on when they're released, a lot of the time I will forget. Sometimes it's a surprise even when I know. I'm like, oh god, I forgot about that. Oh, I didn't know that was in there. Oh, that's a surprise. So I don't always remember. Some I do, some I don't. But with this one, it didn't give a way for you to actually look. So everyone's gone into it blind basically and bought a calendar that no one really truly knows what's in it. And I am a little bit concerned because obviously there's been a few negative reviews or negative comments on that particular video. It's a lot of money for it to be a waste, but also you're getting over £300 worth of products for £90ish. But I am a little bit scared because obviously I did read some of the reviews, and although they weren't saying what the products were, they were dissing them. But on the other hand, people are like, oh god, I wish I'd gotten it. Oh my god, like, why didn't I get it? Like, I wish I hadn't missed out. I wish I'd got it. So, if you want to know what I almost got, and I am, do you know what's funny? Even when I bought the Made by Mitchell one, I was still going to get the other advent calendar. At first, like, I think it was within a day I decided I was still going to get it, because I saw it as Made by Mitchell's going to be typical Made by Mitchell type products. Some are great, some are okay, some aren't great. You know, sometimes he really gets it right. Sometimes he doesn't quite get it right, and sometimes it's kind of in between with him. Whereas the other brand, everything that I've had that I can remember, like I can't think there's anything that I've ever had that I've thought, god, that's terrible. There might have been things that I never bought again, and that might be because I don't use it. It wasn't like better than something else I've had, or I just tried something else and never went back. But I do have quite a few of their products, and it was the Beauty Crop. And I actually, the day I went on to buy it, I think it was either Friday or Saturday last week, I went on to get it. I was like, I better order it because I knew that they had around 100 or less in stock. So I was like, I'm going to buy it today because I don't want to miss out on it, because I know what's in it. And I loved about 90% of it. There was like, they had a bag of like makeup blenders and sponges in, and I wouldn't use the makeup blenders or sponges, so I'd probably never open that, and I'd probably donate it. But the majority of that calendar I wanted, there's like the cleansing balms are in it. There was the SPF that I've used a few times. In fact, I've got one open. I don't know why I don't. I need to use that. I've been using something else. They have the gripping primers. They have the setting mist, both of my favourite ones. They have the peptide calm lip treatment mask, lip treatments, which I love and have many of. They've got the lip cream, which I absolutely love. So they have like lots of skincare and lots of bits of makeup in, and I'm a little bit gutted that I didn't get it. I'm not jealous, like I'm not gonna go and go, oh god, like it's rubbish, like some people are, because it's just, they're pathetic. I think it's pathetic just hating on something because you didn't get it. But there's a bit of myself where I'm kicking myself, because if I'd gone on the day early and bought it, I don't even know why I didn't buy it when I decided. Like, what is wrong with me? I think I was waiting for it to go down a tenner. Like, what's the extra tenner? Like, what's wrong with me? Don't make any sense. But there you go. I didn't end up with it. Some of the items that are in the calendar they've released since, like limited edition, but not many, and not all of the contents of the calendar. But some of them you can buy anyway because it's things they already have. But I am wishing that I did get it, because I'm getting the feeling it would have been my favourite of the two. Obviously, I don't know what's in the Mitchell one. I'm not going to open it and look ahead. I'm literally going to go day by day, I'm going to try and not watch any videos, or if I click on it and it goes past that day's one, I'm like, no, because I'd rather have the surprise, but I'm scared I'm going to be disappointed. But that's why I've ended up with that one. And like, I don't even know why I bought it. I just thought it was a good price. But I don't have tons of Made by Mitchell stuff. I have a pressed powder, which I absolutely love the shade of, and I haven't used it as much recently. I have the balm one, I have the balm one, I have the curve case, which I love, 10 out of 10, would buy it a million times over. I've got the liquid eyeliner. I got one in yellow that came in a mystery bag that will never be used. I got a makeup brush that will never be used, a makeup sponge that never got used. Actually, someone else has that now. I've had the eyeshadow quads. I've not even used them. I've swatched them. I feel like I tried one of the palettes. It probably was the pink one, to be honest. The lip product thing. Oh my god, I love it. I've got lip gloss. I feel like there's more, but there's not tons. So based on that, I don't know why I chose that one. I feel like I got caught up in it and ended up with it. And that's what I've got. I don't have any others. That is my calendar for December. And it's just a reminder to everyone that if there's something you want to buy and you know it's low in stock, don't wait. Get it if you really want it. And don't choose calendars for random reasons, because I can't even say, other than I got caught up in the hype, is why I bought that calendar. Oh my god, what is in that calendar? I'm not really tempted to watch anyone's video, because why would I ruin the surprise? Like, if you know what's going on in my life, you'll know why I need something to give me something every day. Like dog walk, and the calendar is what's gonna hopefully keep me from not doing anything and not being here anymore, because that's how I am feel. So that is why I'm not going to ruin the surprise. I know what's in day one, but I don't know what colour. I don't know anything about it. I just wish they'd said that they were actually going to actually physically open the doors, because I would have clicked off before it was revealed what was on day one. And yeah, I don't have day one in my hand. You might see like I'm just playing with something. It's just my anxiety. I've got a lip gloss in my hand. I've actually got this one on. It's in the shade Khakis. So that is it. It's took me ages to get here. I've got to edit it. Great. But that's how I ended up with this calendar. It is massive. It has a good weight to it. Do you know what? I wouldn't say it's the heaviest one I've ever had. A lot of people said, oh, it's weighty. When you get the beauty advent calendars, they typically do have a weight to them because there's lots of products in there. I don't think this is the weightiest one, but it has some weight to it. It really does. I don't know where I'm going to put it. It's currently on my bed because I need to clear something over there, and I think it's going to go over there. Because where else? Do you know what? There was a year when I had a beauty advent, I had a chocolate advent, and I had the Wick Nice advent. And I think I had the Noah advent as well. Oh my god. That was a lot. I wish that Wick Nice was still... She said she was going to come back later this year, but she's not done it. I don't know if she's ever going to be able to come back after taking such a big break, because there's so many wax vendors popped up since that you would have to constantly be promoting yourself. But I absolutely love the Wick Nice advent calendar. If you've been around that long, that was such an amazing calendar with wax melts and chocolates and lots of other bits every day. Like, that was one of the best ones I've ever had. And I wish Wick Nice come back and they were as big as they were, because they were huge at one point. Like, literally restock day, you'd be lucky to get anything, or you'd be lucky to get like what you really wanted, because everything would just fly out. So that was one of the best. And I've had a really good glossy box one, not the last one, which was quite good actually. The one before, I think it was, I loved that one. I just missed out on the beauty crop, and I don't know how to think about the Made by Mitchell one. Yes, I'm excited, but also I saw some of those reviews, so I don't know what to think. But feel free to subscribe to my channel, leave any comments. I mean, I doubt you've got anything to say about the calendar. I mean, I might have covered it all. I am going to open it daily. Am I going to put a daily video up? I don't know. It just depends. Like, I've got stuff scheduled for like the month, and just, yeah, I just don't know. But I will try and film every day. Whether or not I get up that days every day, I don't know. Like, I can't plan further than 12 seconds away. Like, I just can't. But I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I hope you have the most amazing December. Thank you for watching if you got to the end.